It is like a very explosive story with the mosque being moved into an American community. And that, of course, brings these communities to a certain conflict around that mosque.
I think if anyone has heard of the Ground Zero mosque situation, the Cordoba House in Manhattan, that this might clear up some of the things that they misread or misheard about that.
It raises not only very topical issues, not only political issues, but emotional issues.
We have this history of new communities and of religious communities struggling to find their place within, kind of a fabric or a landscape or a spectrum. So the story of resistance to the building of mosques and this kind of fear and suspicion that is being directed at Muslim Americans is not a new story by any stretch.
Because Muslims are the people du jour. This is nothing new or different. It has happened to almost every race of people that has come to this country, where they're or an attempt to marginalize them, an attempt to make them be the other because they look a little different and they maybe talk a little differently, or But the truth is that is a bogus thing right from the get-go, because if you're in the United States of America, you ought to already have come into the scenario knowing that everybody is going to be different from you.
Being accepted as an Arab American is kind of hard for people. Ethnically speaking, you could say I might be a little androgynous in my ways. People aren't sure of what I am. I get Spanish, I get Latino, I get Greek, I get so many different ethnicities. Yeah. And when they finally hear the word Arabic, sometimes it's met with a little bit of like, oh, you're Arabic. And it's like trying to fight those moments and sort of those stereotypes that people have built up in their minds.
People ask me what religion do you follow? I'm always like, I'm Muslim, but I'm not religious. And I kind of feel this need to tell them that because I know that they're gonna be like, oh, you're Muslim? I don't know, but I have this feeling that they're gonna kind of judge me,
A table asked me what I was, and usually when people ask me what my ethnicity is, they expect me to say Italian, and everybody loves Italians, They're like, oh, and I said to them, I'm Arabic, and the whole table got quiet. And I was like, well, that's weird.
There's so much fear out there right now, and mistrust.
The Islamophobia in our country, the other phobia in our country is huge right now.
The problem is we are being separated in fear and not allowed to look at who we are as human beings, and we're missing the bigger question of humanity.
If we look at the presidential elections right now, if we look at the Republican primaries in particular, these issues have a lot of traction, and the element of fear and the manipulation of fear, otherizing, scapegoating, all of that, which gets addressed in the play, is playing out, sadly, in real time in our political life in this country.
MOSQUE ALERT addresses a lot of the issues that you'll hear in debates, that you'll hear on the news, and you'll hear at the dinner table. So it affects all of us on a personal, political, professional level.
I think the best cure for fear is education, and this play definitely helps show many different sides of Muslim families and Islam, and how they integrate into just normal everyday communities.
Obviously, this production is not going to be a textbook on what you need to know about Islam, but it's going to help maybe answer some of those questions in sort of an entertaining package.
Knowledge is power. The more you know about a certain race or a certain culture or a certain religion, the more informed you are, the better your decisions are about how you react to those cultures, those races, those religions.